So last week I started working again after 5 weeks of vacation and I was confused, so I made a few mistakes. To begin with, on my calendar I should always put deadlines and the like in my weekly boxes here, and I hadn't done that. So this morning I put the deadlines I have next week. Because I like to have them visible when I'm on my weekly spread. What else? I made mistakes on my next action spreads. This is my next action list for last week, and look, I've only done 2 things. Which, why? Because I put them on the wrong week. These should be time specific. I shouldn't put the next action on a week if it's not actually due that week. So I'll need to go through all of these again and put them where they belong. That is this week or next week or maybe even in September. So I might end up setting up my September next action lists. I don't know, that depends on whether I want to sort of have control over what's coming that far into the future, and I might. So yeah, I mean, I've used the system, the GTD system, for 10 years, and I've used this setup with separate weeks and separate contexts for my next actions for several months, but I didn't use it during July because I wanted to take time off everything. So I forgot and I made mistakes, and that's fine. I will just, cover this up eventually, just draw a line and rewrite what I need to do in the correct way. Yeah, so, and that brings me to another thing, which is messy planning. And this is not beautiful in any way, so that's why I paint over my messy planning when it's all done, when there's nothing left to process, nothing left to migrate or remember. So it doesn't matter if I do make these mistakes because I will be painting over it or gluing in stuff. And I thought I'd show you. Let's see, I prepared some folders. Well, I've started preparing folders for different images. So when I listen to articles and documents for work, I like to do something with my hands at the same time. And one of those things is I like to pick things from my mass making list. For crafting, I have a mass making list in my long-term planning insert. And one of those things is cut pictures out of books. So that's what I've been doing. And I've made these folders with where I've marked, what they contain. I categorize my pictures. And why I'm talking about this is that you might, if you want to do the same kind of thing where you cover things up after you've finished your pages, when your planning is no longer relevant, all of this, you can save things that you like to glue in onto these pages when it's time. Like, for example, the calendar spread, I will cover it up when August is done, but I don't want to cover it up yet because there's still things on here that I need to see, like these deadlines and all the meetings and stuff. But you can prepare for when it's time to do it. So, for example, where is it? Oh, never mind. For several days this month, Saturn has been visible in the night sky, and I thought I would commemorate that by covering the whole month with a picture of Saturn. And the other part is here somewhere, but I can't find it at the moment, which really goes against what I'm going to say, because my point is that you can gather the things you want to glue into your book in a specific place. So when it's time to use it, you know where everything is. And now I don't know where everything is, but it's somewhere here on my desk. But it's just the other, you know, a strip of paper with the rest of Saturn here. And I'm thinking I will cover the calendar with this image and then write my memories on the black part of the picture. So I have post-its on every weekly spread with one memory per day. So I'm going to transfer all that to the calendar page and the Saturn image. And on these pages, I will put my, you know, paintings and sketches that I've done during the month. So I have this insert with sketching paper, and I ripped off the pictures that I want to use, that I want to keep. So I'm going to, for example, here on week 31, I'm going to use this cat, and I might color it. I'm not sure yet. I might use Derwent Inktense pencils to just fill in some of the, well, not you know, never mind. And I might also put the reference picture here. This is the one I wanted to draw. And, you know, paint a background and stuff. So each of my weekly spreads will have a picture that I painted or drew during the month. This needs to be trimmed to fit. And some kind of, you know, background and maybe some writing. I don't know. But you need to keep all of these things in a safe place. So actually I'm going to find that place right now. So one way of doing that is to keep it all in a folder. Of course, I would prefer to keep it in my actual journal, like in a pocket. I don't know. Well, okay. Let's see if this works. So here we have, it's too big. What I'm thinking, I'll take you with me in my thinking, is that I could like put one of these folders on a string, and hang on, maybe I have a better one. And this old thing, because I cut it to fit this cover. There. Thing is, it's fine for these pictures. So this becomes, you know, the what is this? I need to cut this open. There was tape there. I'm not sure why. So this is a pocket then, where I keep the pictures I'd like to glue into my well, August booklet, and next month I will use it for September images. Here are more images actually that I've put in my pocket at the front, but the pocket at the front is supposed to be like doctor's appointments and receipts that you know, when you're not sure if you want to return stuff or not. So I prefer it if that's, you know, things to do and not images to use. So yes, this works. This is a problem in every conceivable way because it's too big. So maybe I'll cut it down there and there, and actually fold it where it will be folded when I put it in my book, when I glue it down. So yes, this might work. So I'll just cut here. Just a minute. Now it's cut down to size, and hopefully it will fit into this. Yes, look at that. It might need, there's tape here too. What is this? I need a paper clip to hold it in place so it doesn't fall out. There we go. So when I find the rest of this picture, I will put it here. I actually solved the problem now on camera. How to store pictures for later journaling and saving space in the front pocket. So what else did I want to talk about? Let's see. Oh, and yes, I've put post-its on the weekly spreads to remind myself what to put there. So the vampire girl, the cat. Yeah, I feel like I'm stalling now. I should start working. Just going to put the dates. And I'm going to transfer all the stuff from my calendar. Actually, I can do that on camera. This is to remind me to eat things from the freezer. And this is a delivery I need to be home for tomorrow. And this is my second dose that I get on Wednesday. There's a deadline on Sunday for cleaning the house, since we're going to entertain guests next week. And I have a few meetings to put in. So tomorrow, there's one. There's a deadline for applying to a thing on Wednesday. On Thursday we have a whole day that's sort of orchestrated by the boss, so we don't do any of our own work. We sort of, it's a kick-off day, okay. And on Friday at 10, there's another meeting. Anything else? No. Well, there's a full moon on Sunday, so I might want to remember that. This, well, it's a reminder to do something today that, yeah, why not? I'll put it on the actual weekly. And on Wednesday, when I go into town for my vaccination, I might want to go shopping for pens, crafting, you know, like calligraphy pens and stuff. All right, so that's my plans for the week. I'm going to look into these next action spreads, but I mean, that's boring for you to look at because I will be quiet and thinking. Okay, now I have eaten lunch and I've also sort of wrapped my head around some of the things I'll need to do. I haven't rewritten all the next actions, but I've started, transferring them to the place they belong. And also I discovered that a very good way of, well, I have this self-imposed task of re-recording a whole bunch of films, and I've sort of put it off because it feels very big and overwhelming. So I listened to one of the old films I'd made just to see, what did I bring up, how, and that actually inspired me to redo them because it was bad. It had its good moments and some very bad moments, and I have now recorded 2 of the films. I have like 10 more to do, but I've put on my next action list for the listening context and for this week 33, to listen to all those old films, because then it's sort of, while I listen and afterwards when I'm processing what I've listened to, I get new ideas and, inspiration, as I said, to remake them. So the deadline for all those films are next week, but I need to listen to all of the old films this week, otherwise I won't have time to actually make the films, because making one film takes like 2 hours, so I need to plan for that. So that's good. That means that this afternoon, when my food coma sets in, and it's already starting, so this will be quick, I can listen to these old videos and do other things with my hands at the same time. And I'm now going to cycle on my exercise bike because it's after lunch and I always do that nowadays, but I've written in pencil for this afternoon that I will mass make listen. So pencil means that it's not mandatory, it's not time specific, but it's just a reminder to myself that you thought this was a good idea before you went down to the cellar to cycle, because I have a horrendous memory and I need to write everything down, otherwise it just disappears into thin air. So when I have an idea, I write it down, and if it's a could do rather than a to do, I write it in pencil or a post-it. And I find it helpful to will just keep things apart, I guess.